Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel once again. So today in this video I wanted to do something a little different. I have put together all my go-to items, which are all my items that I tend to reach for the most and what I know will do the trick whenever I'm in a rush or I want to do like my everyday makeup look or what I know I feel comfortable using. So that's what I wanted to film today. So I have from sprays to eyeshadow palettes to primers and powders and lips. So yeah, that's what I wanted to film today, and hopefully you guys like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Let's get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with primers. So I have combination skin, so I have an oily T-zone and dry on the rest of the face. I do shave my face, so that tends to dry out my skin a little bit more and give me a little bit of dry patches. So for primers, for the T-zone, I use my Professionals, and what I do with this is I just grab a little bit on my two fingers, I rub it together and just apply this all over the nose, the chin, right here, the upper lip, and the middle of my forehead, and I just place that there. And on the rest of my face I use the Kat Von D Hydrating Primer. This primer is bomb and it comes with a lot, and I use this on the outside part of my face where I'm not dry. As you can see, I'm almost done with the bottle and it's beat up. I've been using this primer for probably about 6 months. I think it runs for $32 if I'm not wrong. This is worth it. If you have normal skin or dry skin, I would definitely recommend this. This is very moisturizing. Let's see what it says. It doesn't say anything. I guess it says it on the box, which I threw away, but I would recommend this primer for dry skin. And this, the Professionals that I use on my T-zone, I have been using this forever. This is oil-free, lightweight, translucent, silky. I'm pretty sure everybody in the YouTube world and everybody who's into makeup knows about this, but this I would definitely recommend. This shit works. This fucking mattifies anywhere that you have oil, and I would definitely recommend this. I also have a little skincare item that I want to throw in here. This is a Mario Badescu drying lotion. It looks like this. It has like a white liquid and then it has pink at the bottom. What I do is I grab a Q-tip and I place this wherever I have a pimple or see any pimples coming out. This has really helped with my texture. I used to have a lot of texture on my skin, and slowly has been disappearing, and I put this not only on the pimples but on the texture as well, and this is really good. I get this at Ulta for 18 bucks, I believe, 18 to $20 in that range, but I would definitely recommend this if you have pimples or little textures or little zits. I would definitely recommend this. So moving on to foundation, I have three foundations that I use on a daily basis or back to back. These two I use together. This is for more of like an everyday type thing. Not going to work because I don't wear makeup to work, but if I'm going to the mall or if I'm going to eat or whatever the case may be. This is the Stila Stay All Day foundation, and I know I've used this in a previous video, and this comes with the pump. So this is what it looks like, and then you just pump it up and the foundation comes out. And I mix this with W5 from L'Oreal True Match. I love this. I have been using this since I started doing makeup, and I started using this because Nicole Guerrero, the first YouTuber that I started watching, I know she used to use this, and I was like, oh, she's a W5, so I'm a W5. Bitch, we totally different colors, but I wanted to be like Nicole and I got the same color. But this foundation is really good. This is not matte. This foundation is not matte. I mix it with this one because I feel like this one is a little more drying than this one, but these two together work really well. I usually grab this and I put dots, and then same thing, I dot this one together, and then I just blend everything out with the beauty blender. These two work really good, so I use this on like a day-to-day basis, going out or whatever the case may be. If I'm not using that, I am using If I'm not using that, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation sticks. And I have two. So this one I bought online when they first launched, and this is in the color Warm Tan. This is what it looks like. And this is Warm Tan. And when I first got it online, I was like, this is really orange. So then I went to the Ulta store and I picked up this one, and this is in the color Natural, and this is what Natural looks like, and there's Natural right at the bottom. So what I do is I mix these two together. So I put Warm Tan right on the outer parts of my face, right here. So I basically created three, and then this I put right in the middle of the face. I use these when it's hot. I really like these when it's hot. I feel like these don't make your face really oily, and they stick well through the heat. These are what I have on right now. So I don't know if you guys can see, probably not, but these are what I'm using when it's hot, when I know I'm gonna be out like in the day and it's gonna be hot or humid. I really like how these hold up in the heat. Then I have my oh so favorite MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and this is in the color NC25. I use this on the weekends when I know I'm going to be out from the morning all the way until nighttime, not coming home till like 1 or 2 in the morning. This is what I use. If you put this on right with the right powders and the right primers and everything, this will last you at least 12 hours. This shit is bomb. Back then, I feel like they changed the formula though, because back then when I used to put it on, it used to fucking burn right here in this area, and it just fucking burned, and I stopped using it for a while, and then I repurchased it, and now it doesn't burn anymore. And I tried reading the old ingredients and the new ingredients, but I think it's the same, but I don't know, it doesn't burn anymore. But I definitely recommend MAC's Studio Fix Fluid. This is medium to full coverage. You can definitely build it up to be full coverage AF if you want. So moving on to concealers. I have 3 concealers that are my go-to. Tarte Shape Tape. This is my everyday concealer. This is what I wear every single day when I am just doing my makeup. It doesn't matter day, night. This is what I use. NARS concealer, NARS Cream and Radiant Concealer. I use this concealer when I use the MAC foundation. I feel like those two go really well together. And then the Kat Von D concealer. This is thick. This is thick as fuck. Let me show you. And it looks super white, but it blends out. So I'm gonna do like a swatch of the NARS, a little baby swatch, because this shit ain't cheap, bitch. NARS is like $30-some. So that's NARS concealer. And then Kat Von D concealer. This is thick. Kat Von D concealer is right next to it, this one. So here's NARS. Let me blend out NARS. And then Kat Von D. Look at how white it is. But I use both. This one I just dot, and then with my beauty blender I'll spritz some spray on it and then blend it out. But Benji being crazy. And then yeah, I'll blend everything together, and then it just works really well. So these 3 are what I would highly recommend. I blend these out with a beauty blender, a wet beauty blender, because it just gives it a better finish and a softer look under the eye. So after concealer, I set my powders, and I use 2 powders. I use the Laura Mercier or the RCMA no color powder. This is a no color powder, and this is a RCMA powder. RCMA powder, it's very silky compared to the RCMA powder. Compared to the RCMA powder, it's not as silky. This one I feel is a little bit more drying under the eye, but it's a little bit more heavier, if that makes sense. Like it covers more your pores. I don't want to say clogs your pores, but that's basically what it does when you put powder over your face. It clogs your pores. But it's a little heavier than the RCMA powder. The RCMA powder works really well for all over the face and under the eyes. So what I do when I conceal my under eye is I'll conceal my under eye, and then I blend it out with the beauty blender, and then I'll grab my beauty blender, dip it in the powder, bake, I guess you can say, under the eye, and then I'll spritz it with a little bit of spray and then dab it so it can like melt into the skin. It gives it a really nice finish. So the RCMA and the Laura Mercier powders is what I use usually if I'm using powders or anything under the eye. face powders. So I have two face powders. I have my Bare Minerals powder foundation and my MAC mineralized skin finish. So this is my everyday powder. This is what I use regardless of any foundation that I'm using. It's just from MAC, and this is in the color medium. It's a really nice powder, really nice silky smooth texture. I've been using this forever. I can wear this every day if I'm wearing no makeup and I just like spot conceal. This is, do you guys see my dog? I'll just spot conceal and put this all over the face. And if I am wearing more of a light coverage foundation, this is what I put on top. Bare Minerals powder foundation. This is thick. Oh wait, it doesn't even look thick. This is pretty nice coverage. Very, very soft and very, very light, yet it's powder foundation. Isn't that fucking crazy? Like, it's powder foundation, but it's so light. I don't know, I really like this. This is what I use when I am using light foundation, or I just want to wear powder, just powder, no concealer, no nothing, just powder. This is what I use. Alright, moving on to face items. Bronzing. This is the only thing I use to bronze. I have been experimenting with other things. I use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette here and there, but for the most part, Hoola Bronzer by Benefit is what I use to bronze my face. I just feel like it's a really pretty color. If you want to intensify it and make it darker, you can do that, just add more. And yeah, it just blends out really nice, and I've used it forever. It doesn't smell like anything though. For blush, this is the only blush I use. I swear to God, this is the only blush I use. And this is in the color Lure to Love, and it's by MAC. This is the only color I use. Why? Because I'm too lazy to grab any other blush and bring it out every time I do my makeup. You guys can't see that. What am I doing? Anyways, this is the only blush I use. One, I am really lazy to be carrying blushes back and forth from my bathroom to my room because I do my makeup in the bathroom. But this color, I just feel like it's a very neutral pink. It goes very well with any makeup look that you want to do, and it has a light shimmer to it. So it's okay. So the eyes are next. These three palettes are my go-to eyeshadow palettes. So starting with the Modern Renaissance. This palette, you can do so many looks with this palette. I know everybody in their mamas has this palette. If you don't, girl, what is you doing? Baby, what is you doing? Get it. This is a Modern Renaissance by Anastasia. You can do golds and browns and oranges and pinks and more golds and browns, and you can do combinations of orange and gold or red and gold. This palette is bomb.com. This is my go-to palette if I'm going somewhere for the weekend, whatever the case may be. This is a palette that I take because this palette, you can do endless looks, and it's just bomb.com. So the next palette that I have is a Master Palette by Mario, and this is what it looks like. I know it looks like I haven't used it, but I have. These two colors are some of my favorite two colors to transition. This dark brown color looks really nice on the outer part of your eye. This color is super bomb to transition any color, and it just has a lot of pretty golds and browns that you can use. This palette is bomb. And the next palette is the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced. This palette has a lot of bronzy browns, pinks, and some purples in here, and it smells like peaches. This palette is really pretty. I know some people say that it doesn't blend as much as they thought it would, but for me it does. The hype was unreal. This shit was hyped AF. Was it worth the hype? Not really, but it's a pretty palette. 1 through 10, I give it an 8, 8.5. It's a really pretty palette. I would definitely recommend this for someone who likes to do very natural tones but will want some shimmer at the same time. I would definitely recommend this palette. I know everybody and their mamas has this palette too, so if you don't have it, go for it. Eyebrows. Why am I forgetting eyebrows? My heart, my baby, my soul. This is Ebony by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the color Dip Brow. This is Dip Brow in the color Ebony. I'm almost gone. I need to get another one, but I'm fucking poor. So I'm gonna just have to steal one. Just kidding. This is what I use on my eyebrows. I've tried a whole bunch of different things. Pencils, different pomades, gels. I always go back to this. Always. I'm ride or die Dip Brow. Alright. Lashes. Roller lash. That's all I'm gonna say. Roller lash. You got long eyelashes, roller lash. You want your eyelashes to look like that? Roller lash. That's all I'm gonna say. Roller lash. Okay, moving on to lipsticks. Whenever I do a look and I'll do like a colored lip, like red or burgundy or whatever the case may be, I usually throw it in whatever lipstick I use. I throw it in my purse. If I don't, I always have my nudes in the purse. So I'm gonna start off with my favorite lip gloss of all time, and this is from Urban Decay, and this is in the color Liar. The reason I like these lip glosses so much is the pigment is there. So this is in the color Liar. This is what the color looks like. This is the wand. I always smell them, I don't know why. And this is the color Liar. Look at how beautiful that is. The pigment is there. That's why I love this this lip gloss line from Urban Decay. Again, Urban Decay lip gloss in the color Liar. My next go-to lipstick is this lipstick from the MAC Selena collection, and this is in the color Amor Prohibido. This lipstick broke, and then I stuck it in the freezer, and then it froze, and now I guess it's melted. Amor Prohibido right next to the lip gloss, and these all look the same, but they're different. Okay, they look the same, but they're different. I swear to God, they're different. So that's Amor Prohibido. All the nudes that I'm showing you, I'm itching. All the nudes that I'm showing you, I carry them in my purse. The next color is Sandstorm, and this is Liquid Suede by NYX. These liquid suedes have the best formula. This formula is bomb. It's not drying, it's not matte, but it's not glossy. I would totally recommend these. And this is in the color Sandstorm. Sandstorm. My swatches are wonky. Who fucking cares? So this is Sandstorm. And then the next little guy that I use is the color Terra, and this is by Jouer. I got this in the mini collection when they did their holiday collection. Jouer liquid lipstick in the color Terra, and I'll do this under Sandstorm. Let's go ahead and do that. Terra. There's Terra. And that's it. Those four are the ones that I carry in my purse every day. And if my burgundy lip comes off, one of these is coming out. And the lip color that I have today is the color November, and this is from ColourPop. I believe this was a collab with Kathleen Lights, if I'm not wrong, and this is the color November, and it's what I have on my lips today. Next I have some setting sprays or sprays. So I have three that are my go-to, and it's my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. If you don't have this, wake up, bitch. What is you doing? You sleeping on Mario Badescu, whatever. This is a facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. This is bomb. I put this before my makeup, during my makeup, and after my makeup. This helps hydrate your face AF. Then I use Max Prep and Prime Fix Plus. Same thing, before, after, or during my makeup. And my Urban Decay Makeup Chill Makeup Setting Spray, and I use this after my makeup. So with Mario Badescu, when I bake or I set under my eye and I leave the powder under my eye for a little bit, after, when I want to take it off, I dust off the little I dust off the powder, and whatever's left, I can still see like a white cast under my eye. So what I'll do is I'll grab my beauty blender and I'll spritz it and get it damp, and then just go under the eye. under the eye just to soften up the under eye. Or what I'll do after I'm done is I'll spritz my whole face, grab my beauty blender, and just set the whole face and let it melt into the skin. This trick I learned from Makeup by Alo on Instagram. If you don't know who she is, check her out. Her makeup is fucking bomb.com. Her blending is out of this fucking world. She's one of the best. And yeah, these are the 3 that I use. And before I put on my lipstick, I usually put on either chapstick or Best Damn Beauty Lip Mask by Nicole Guerrero. This is what it looks like. It smells really good, and it just moisturizes and hydrates your lips very well. And for the best highlighters, so for highlighters, I have a bunch, so it's really hard to kind of just narrow down. I like the gold highlighters, I like the soft white highlighters, the pink highlighters, the fucking silver highlighters. Any highlighters I like. So for highlighters, I have 3 that I go to. One is the Nicole Guerrero palette, and this one contains 6 shades, all different shades, and this is what it looks like. I know you guys know what this looks like. And I tend to reach for 143 and Glow Getter the most. These 2. These are what it looks like. And I like this palette. If I'm going out for the weekend or have somewhere to be, this is a palette I will take. And 2 single highlighters I have from Wet n Wild. This is Precious Petals, and this is what it looks like. This is $4. I ordered these online. I have this one and I have the other one that came with it. I don't remember the name, but this is Precious Petals, and this is what it looks like. Let me see. Precious Petals, and this is really pretty and cheap. And my OG Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I know everybody knows what Gilded Honey is. This highlighter is beat up. It comes out of the fucking thing because I've had it everywhere, in my purse, everywhere. This is Gilded Honey. I know everybody has seen it, but I'll go ahead and swatch it. The oh so famous Gilded Honey. And there is Gilded Honey. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see it? I don't know. And yep, that's it. That's all my go-to makeup products that I have so far. I haven't really bought any makeup recently because I just feel like everything that's coming out is kind of the same. I'm kind of thinking about getting the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I'm still debating on the Morphe Thames Jaclyn Hill. And yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.